Hello everyone. Welcome to our Module 2, second week of our really fast, accelerated 8-week semester. You can do this though. You can do this. It's going to be fast and we're cramming in a lot, but you can do it and I'm here to help you, so please reach out if you need help. But I'm looking here at the module from an overview, from kind of a bird's eye view, so you can see by the end of this week, we're already going to be turning in our first major writing project, which is a literacy narrative personal essay. All right. So right now I'm going to, and first of all, you all have been doing great as we've started. I can't wait to start looking at these mapping exercises that you have due tonight. So I think this is going to be a really great class. I'm excited. So let me pop in here and I'm just going to touch on every little thing that we're doing to give you a little bit more explanation. So here on this overview page, I will always have a little preview of what's to come and what is due when. But let's walk through this. So the first thing is I'm asking you to just read about literacy. Okay, remind yourself about what literacy is, I have taught whole courses on literacy and the social nature of literacy and all of the things, the many layers of discrimination and hierarchy and power invested in literacy. But right now we're just looking at our own personal experiences of reading and writing. Okay, it's important to look at that to be able to move forward. So remind yourself here of what literacy is. That will help you. That will help you stay focused on the right kind of topic for this paper. And here I have several, let me open this. I'm going to open it in a new tab. We have several, oh, I didn't have to. Articles on literacy narratives. And so those are going to be really important to help you understand why we're doing them and what they entail. And let me see if I can just open this one then. There we go. And some tips on how to write them, how to generate ideas, and how to write a personal essay. Okay, so there's nothing to submit here. However, read these. It is so important to do the work in an online classes. That's on your time. Do the work, study and learn. And then when you write the essays, you're applying that work. You're applying that learning and practicing it. So it needs both. You can't just jump right into the writing without doing the work of understanding what in the world you're supposed to write and how to write it. So read those. They're not long and they're really helpful. This is also important. And again, this is nothing to turn in, but this is your learning material. So when we are writing a personal essay, we're sharing personal story, but we're also talking about the meaning of that personal story from our perspective of today. So these stories could have happened when we were in grade school, when we were in high school. They could have happened last week. No matter when they happened, right now, when we are looking back on them, we are reflecting on them as a different person, even if only a week has gone by. That time allows us the distance and the space to look at this experience more objectively and see it a little bit more clearly and see the connections, the insights, the meaning there that we couldn't see when we were right in the middle of it. Okay. And so a personal essay conveys that to an audience who has no idea of this personal experience of ours. They have no idea why it is meaningful, but we need to make it meaningful for them. Okay, this isn't just for us. We're not writing in a diary. We're not writing in a journal. We are trying to kind of persuade an audience that, hey, this is a really compelling experience that you can relate to. Okay, and so there's different strategies to do that effectively. Right here, I have a little video that I've made in the past about the importance and the difference of including concrete detail when we write our stories. Description is incredibly important. Describing the setting, telling our audience what the setting looks like, what it smells like, what it sounds like is incredibly important. Also, reflecting on that moment is really important. So study these, watch the videos. The second one is a video that I actually found from another university online, and it's wonderful. And I've stolen it from their website and dropped it in here. And so they're both really important and they will really help you in this writing. Next, I have two examples. All right. I have a professional example of a literacy narrative personal essay. And I have a student example of a student who was given me permission to share their essay when they responded to this exact same assignment. Okay, Sherman Alexi's Joy of Reading and Writing is wonderful. This is a great essay, but it's wonderful to look at professional writing, even though their moves are more nuanced and they have a lot more complex ideas going on there. This is a fantastic story and an example of the personal essay, writing our personal experiences and writing the meaning of them, for an audience. The second one is great too. Student examples are wonderful because as we learn new writing genres and as we learn new characteristics of genre, and when we first write them, like we do with anything, we exaggerate those moves in really compelling, really interesting ways. It's absolutely fine. That's the process of learning. And it's like learning a new dance. If any of y'all are dancers, when you learn a new dance, you're really going to exaggerate those moves. As you practice, as you become more competent and even maybe professional in that dance, they are more nuanced. You give yourself greater license to throw in a few extra, shuffles or what have you, and you get a little bit more complex. But so it's good to look at a student's example. Here, I'll open it up. I'll open both of these up. I'll open the student first. The student's example, so you can see those moves. You can see how the student opens. You can see their efforts to really incorporate a lot of concrete detail and how they guide the audience through time and help them focus on one specific memory. It's a great example. And again, The Joy of Reading and Writing, Superman and Me, it was originally published in the LA Times. Neither of these are long. Okay, they're just a couple pages long, but they're really good examples. So look over those because we have to get to know the genre if we are to write it, right? And then finally, we are getting right into peer reviews. Okay, so on Thursday morning, by Thursday morning, I'm asking you all to submit a copy of your peer review, of your rough draft right here. And this is a discussion board. And I'm going to ask you to follow these directions on submitting on this discussion board rather than other ways that Canvas has available. After you submit if you submit a rough draft by 10 o'clock a.m., within 5 minutes, Canvas will automatically assign you a peer. You'll have to refresh the page, but that peer's name will show up at the top here somewhere in red. Don't click their name. Don't go that route. I'm asking you to, well, first of all, you're going to reply here and attach your rough draft. But after you get the student's name, you're going to go and you're going to find that student and you're going to open up their essay and read their essay. And you're simply going to fill out this worksheet. Oh, sorry. Let me get out of student view for a minute. I didn't have it published. I'll get that published. But you're going to simply respond to these questions and be very generous. Provide at least 3 to 4 sentences in answering these, and we're helping one another produce our best work. We're not correcting one another. And so give suggestions, point out specifics. If something's great, don't just say great, explain why it's great, okay? Offer that to the reader. Let me go back here and I will get back into student view. Well, now it's showing up. Don't know what the problem was before. So, well, now I can't get out of it. Hold on just a second. Okay, and so then I'm asking you to post that feedback to your peers. There's going to be 2 of them. You're going to do 2 peers papers. Post that feedback within 24 hours. Okay, so because the final, then you will have a chance. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. That had popped me into another class. So once you do that, respond to your peers within 24 hours. Will this work? And then, there we go. And then you'll have your final submission, okay? And this is due Saturday night. Before you submit, make sure that you go back to the directions and read over the directions to make sure that you have stayed in alignment with those directions, because it's really easy as we write to go off track. And so we need to practice a little realignment. Also, come down here and read the rubric. Read the rubric of what is required, what I'm going to be looking for, and use it as a little self-assessment, okay, as a checklist to make sure you have everything. Other than that, if you have questions, please let me know. But have a great week.